What's up, everybody? Sargon of Akkad's real name is Carl Benjamin. My problem with him is he doesn't understand economics at all, and it annoys the shit out of me because his channel switched from being anti-feminism to talking about economics.
I'm not a conservative. I'm no economist.
I'm not a libertarian.
I support Bernie Sanders over Donald Trump. I'm no economist.
You're damn right you're no economist. Look, Carl's all over the place. He says he's a classical liberal, but then constantly contradicts himself.
Almost everything about liberalism comes from the concept of self-ownership.
Okay, so far so good.
Or individualism, and includes but is not limited to personal liberty, equality of opportunity, rule of law, economic freedom, which includes access to free markets and laissez-faire trading.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that last part.
Which includes access to free markets and laissez-faire trading.
That's what I thought. Free markets and laissez-faire trading, the very foundation of classical liberalism. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw your response to a video made by a man named Aaron Clary. Aaron tried to show you a little economics and a little facts, and in the comments you responded by saying this: I'm a classical liberal who understands that classical liberalism isn't a panacea, and so I compromise my beliefs with a bit of socialism. Socialism? That's like saying I don't use drugs, but I smoke crack cocaine at work. Socialism is literally the complete opposite of free markets. Sargon, even your viewers understand that you don't understand. Look at this. Classical liberalism and socialism are incompatible. That's right, Ryan, they are. Every so often you'll see a highly rated comment on Sargon of Akkad's videos saying similar things, as long as he doesn't delete them. Look at Carl Benjamin's own Wikipedia page. Okay, so we scroll down to the bottom. Personal views. Benjamin identifies politically as a left-wing classical liberal. Notice these are two different links because they're two different things. This is left-wing on the economic scale. This over here is right-wing on the economic scale. Two totally opposite sides of the spectrum. People don't even know what to write about this guy because, this is honestly what he says about himself. Left-wing, classical liberal. Two different things. This is on his own Wikipedia page. Look at his political compass results.
Look at that. Left-leaning libertarian.
I'm not a libertarian.
Do you see where the father of classical liberalism is? Milton Friedman. That's where Carl would be if his political and economic views were classically liberal. He's on the left with all the socialist freaks like Gandhi. After watching this guy every so often over the last year or so, I realized how stupid he is. Just look, last week he lost access to his verified Twitter account that he was lucky enough to have. He didn't think he needed to follow any of the security procedures and just signed up with an email and simple password. He got hacked, and since he didn't do anything Twitter recommends, he somehow managed to blame the company and the CEO.
As pictured, Twitter documents offer no further way other than opening a new account to use Twitter again, despite the fact I've emailed them and they can obviously see the old email on their database and the time and date of the hack, followed by the tweets from whoever did it. It's pretty ridiculous, but then that's exactly what I've come to expect from Twitter's abysmal service, poorly designed system, and the general contempt with which they treat their own platform.
Look how stupid he is. He didn't realize that Twitter has 319 million users. Can you guys imagine how many thousands of emails they get every day of people asking for special favors? Why does Sargon of Akkad think his massive fuck-up should be taken care of by upper management from one of the largest companies in the world? A massive company like Twitter can only do so much. They can recommend you remember your passwords, don't give your passwords away, make sure you verify your phone, and things like that. They can't hold your hand and walk you through their service. What do you expect? Jack, the CEO, to call you and verify your phone number? Oh wait, you didn't verify your phone. Look now, Sargon lost his Twitter verification checkmark because Twitter is tired of his bullshit shenanigans and then getting blamed. He used the hashtags #FuckJack and Twitter sucks. Dude, you're full of shit. If you really thought that, then why are you continuing to use your service to tweet all day? Can't you just admit you made a mistake and not use this as a chance to attack a company? Sargon shows how truly stupid he is when he tries to argue against conservatives. His plan is to pick the dumbest video or comment he could find and try to make it seem like that's what all conservatives think. Look at this video he made about libertarians.
Hey, statists!
Okay, so statist is definitely the first thing I want to address. There is no such thing as a statist. No one identifies as a statist. So saying, hey statists, means you're not addressing anyone.
Okay, this video is stupid, which is exactly why Sargon picked it. The kid said, hey statist, referring to anyone who isn't libertarian, and I agree, that is stupid. But then again, this is just some kid who says he's libertarian. He isn't the speaker for libertarians, and he doesn't seem like he knows too much.
The thing is, you're not really targeting anyone with that. You're just targeting non-libertarians at large. I mean, you could be targeting communists, fascists, conservatives, liberals. You could literally just say, hey non-libertarians, when you say hey statists. I find it really bizarre that a movement that is so deeply individualist would collectivize literally everyone else as well.
So he decides to collectivize all libertarians because he found one retarded video with the word libertarian in it. That sounds to me like a man who can't argue against libertarianism. What do you guys think? Comment below. I saved the best for last. The dumbest of all of Sargon's videos is called The False Narrative of the Working Poor.
So on my last video criticising the Conservative Party, I received this comment from Pagada, which was, I find Sargon's commentary on feminism spot on, but boy it hurts my ears when he talks politics and economy. But the thing is, these kind of broad generalisations really aren't very useful. I mean, this doesn't help me in any way. I need something specific to be able to think about, otherwise I can't change my position, where he made the point that anyone can save money on minimum wage. And I pressed him on this, and he said, as to minimum wage, if you're stupid and irresponsible, then you will not save a penny. If you have that kind of job and want kids, big house, new TV, etc., it's your selfish choices and not survival.
Now, how did I know you would pick this as a comment to argue against? Look how stupid this is. Pagarda said if you're on minimum wage, you shouldn't buy a big house, have kids, and get a new TV. Now, anyone with an IQ above 50 knows people on minimum wage can't do those things. Carl thinks this is an opportunity to prove the conservatives wrong.
Now that's the main point I'll be addressing in this video.
Yeah, no surprise there. Carl then goes on to show how much things cost to live in Swindon. He tries his best to make it seem like living on minimum wage sucks, but he ends up showing all the awesome things you could have on such a low salary. Having the skill set of a 3-year-old will land you an apartment, TV, taxes paid for, energy bills paid for, food and hygiene products, clothes and shoes, transportation, phone, and internet. To have all those things and not be skilled is pretty impressive if you ask me. People living in third world countries don't have things like that.
So at the end of our working year, after we've removed tax, our room, our bills, our food, our clothes, our transport and communications, after all of the necessaries of existence are removed from our minimum wage salary, we have £1,067. And just in case you're under any misapprehension that £1,067 annually isn't actually a pittance, if you break that down into months, it's just under £89. Broken down into weekly, it's £22.25 a week. For my American listeners, that's about $30. £22 a week is what you have to actually live on.
Well, $30 a day really isn't that bad. That's money you have left over after all your bills. That's beer and cigar money. That's about how much I spend on myself a week, and I'm pretty happy. Also, in Carl's example, the person he depicts on minimum wage isn't common. Most people aren't on minimum wage. I think in the United States, less than 1 or 2% of people are on minimum wage. And of all those people, 90% of them are off of it within 3 months because they got raises. The example also showed a 40-hour work week. That's barely working full time. If someone was really hard up for money or wanted to improve their life, they would work much harder. Any successful businessman you read about works 70-hour weeks to get their company up and running. I could almost say that working 40 hours a week is lazy, and for someone to complain who is working 40 hours a week is laughable.
About survival. This isn't living, this is existing.
So having TV, internet, phone, house, clothes, food, water, and beer money left over isn't living. Okay, then what is? Going to the mall to buy Gucci slippers? Jeez, man.
Just think about the food you're going to be eating. It's shit. It's complete and utter shit. It's the sort of stuff that's going to cake your arteries so fucking thick, it's going to knock years off your life.
Yeah, you know what? You look like you know a thing or two about caking your arteries.
To Pagada and the 331 people who upvoted their comment, I really want you to have a think about what has been said here. You've made up a false narrative in your head.
No, they didn't. They like Pagada's earlier comment about you not knowing what you're talking about when it comes to politics and economy. Only 2 people liked his stupid comment about the poor, which is what you base this particular video off of. You're projecting onto us by trying to make it seem like everyone stands behind what this guy says, and they don't.
I'm doing this from a layman's perspective of someone who has lived on minimum wage in a 1-bedroom flat in Swindon.
Yeah, there's a lot of research that shows those living on minimum wage have lower average IQs, so that doesn't surprise me you were on minimum wage.
In most cases, poverty is something that happens to you, not something that you choose.
This has to be the dumbest, most ignorant thing I've ever heard Carl Benjamin say. He says poverty isn't a choice. It is totally a choice. Maybe not growing up, but as you get older, it is. If you want to get paid more, then be a construction worker instead of a gas station clerk. Become a truck driver rather than a gas station clerk. Become a plumber rather than a gas station clerk. Being successful in life is a battle and struggle no matter where you come from. Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, whatever you call him, he may sound nice to listen to, but try to listen to what he actually says and tell me what you think.
In most cases, poverty is something that happens to you, not something that you choose.